Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is another top 5 stories list on my channel and I hope you enjoy. Yes, a brand new top 5 stories video, and this one is about Electro, a villain I've been making a lot of videos about recently. Electro is a loser. Almost no good stories with him outside him and the Sinister Six. Look at Spider-Man PS4, that's a story with him and the Sinister Six. Though I really already do love Electro in it. It's hard to find good Electro stories. Most issues he's not even in it a lot, and the ones that he is in aren't on this list because there are better ones you should read if you want to know about him. Electro sees himself as a loser, and the world does too, considering that this was my hardest list so far to even make. In fact, Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 got him pretty well, just spelled it out for moviegoers. Let's get going and see the best of the best of one of the lowest main Spider-Man rogues, Electro. Number 5. Shock Follows Shock. A one-shot published in Untold Tales of Spider-Man, issue 11. Here, Electro teams up with a Human Torch rogue, Eel. This is Electro's second or third time fighting a hero after his first appearance, but before his appearance in Daredevil issue 2, before the Sinister Six. Here, he even references the plot. At the start, Electro escapes thanks to the Eel, and then they go on and commit a bunch of crimes. Electro and Eel teaming up, both having shocking powers, is very cool. I love this move Electro does to melt all the bullets. Eel breaks out Electro in the beginning, and they are partners, even ground, no one is in charge, but if there was one, it would be Eel. Though it's cool to see Electro partners with someone, and he wants to be. He and Eel are even. It's a cool Electro story, and that's the reason it's on my list as number 5. Number 4. Down Among the Dead Man. The first 4 issues of Marvel Knights Spider-Man had Electro the most powerful he's ever been, but I'm specifically talking about issue 3. Basically, it's just Spider-Man versus Electro again, except here it's all over the city streets. Electro is also in a brand new costume, and he causes the most damage, pushing Spider-Man to his limit. And Electro now is at his lowest point. This had a lot of creative ideas for an Electro fight, and I'm sure Electro could get even stronger than that. Spider-Man is being used by the Owl unknowingly to take down Electro for his own gain, because Electro and his buddy Vulture betrayed the Owl. Once again, Electro doesn't have many great stories. I think he has the greatest action potential though, and at his best, he is the most entertaining of the Spider-Man foes. This is the best Spider-Man vs. Electro fight ever. Number 3. Shakedown. Yet another and the last one-shot on this list, Shocked, was in Spectacular Spider-Man issue 157. I bet you've guessed by now, and yeah, all the Electro stories on this list, he will be in his classic costume. Electro has a little mystery for himself. The bank he was supposed to rob with blueprints he was given was already robbed, and now it's blamed on him. Like always, Spider-Man is on his tail. The Shocker, he's the one who's been committing the crimes, and Electro comes later and the Shocker gets away, which coincidentally leaves Electro to have to handle Spider-Man. But Electro easily finishes off Shocker, which is what would really happen, but I wish we got a tiny bit more of Shocker in the story. When Electro doesn't get these heists right, he acts like everything is taken from him. His criminal life is all he has. He doesn't even worry about Spider-Man. Until the end. Electro is going solo from now on. He doesn't work well in the team, and look what happens to him. Someone like the Shocker even rises above him. At the end, Electro gets beat and he's treated as just another crook. It is a great read. Having Shocker and Electro in the same issue was a dream come true. We see what Electro does when what he is getting taken away. And I love that Electro is working with some normal guy, not anyone like Mysterio or Doc Ock. Number 2. Exposed Wiring. Choices: The Chump, The Challenge, and The Champion. A 3-part story across Amazing Spider-Man issues 422, 423, and 425. Electro is back with upgraded powers courtesy of the Rose. In the first issue, we get a lot more about Electro's life before being an electrician, specifically how his mom left him and how his wife left him also. And with all this power, he can finally prove himself by killing Spider-Man. And none of the previous methods used before can stop him. Electro goes off on Spider-Man. This is also special because here we see the Electro-proof suit for the first time. Electro is completely unstoppable. Nothing Spider-Man physically does can hurt him for long. At the end, Electro is ready to kill himself, go out with a bang, but Spider-Man goes and saves Electro. Electro won't be laughed and humiliated ever again. He's supposed to be the most powerful member of the Sinister Six, the most powerful, most talked about, and confident Spider-Man rogue, but he's ultimately just an obstacle for the world. So he apparently does kill himself. There's a bigger storyline here than just Electro versus Spider-Man. Ultimately, Electro is just a pawn in a bigger game, like we mostly see him as. Like all great Electro stories, this one brings up the inside torment Electro has of telling himself he's a loser and a nobody, and that's most of the reason he commits these acts are because of it. And number 1, Light the Night. Published in Spider-Man issue 38 through 40, this is easily the greatest Electro story ever written. In my opinion, this is better than number 2. Why? Because for most of it, we see Max Dillon's inner thoughts. We get to see why he does certain things. We see he was a carnival freak show in the beginning of the story. Now he's back, ready to be on top of the world. With his power, it should be easy. This is also the death of Electro, or what seemed to be. He risks his life to go out with a bang so people remember him. This is number 1, a perfect Electro story. Arguably, Electro at his most powerful pre-Brand New Day. Also, this happened right after Maximum Carnage, so Spider-Man has faced a deadlier threat right before, so a lot of it is about Electro. This story is great as a Maximum Carnage even. This story is all about being forgotten and trying to get someone to remember them. Spider-Man is going through the same problem with working at the Daily Bugle and everyone around him. JJ, Aunt May, they're all still calling him a kid. At the end, Electro has his dream come true. Everyone sees him and he is the most powerful villain ever. Electro then blames Spider-Man for all his problems, treats Spider-Man like he's the reason that Electro is not the king of the world already. But Electro gets too powerful and can't stop gaining electricity until he dies, so he asks Spider-Man to help him. And Electro and Spider-Man reveal their crazy similarities of wanting to be remembered and they're both being an outcast from society. Electro can stop, he just has gone crazy and doesn't want to stop before he dies, but he doesn't want to die. Spider-Man convinces him to give it up and tells him that Electro isn't all that Max is, that Max has always been a big man. I guess Electro just can't live the way he wants. No matter what he does, Electro gives up his power and gives it back to New York City, giving it its life back and saving his life. It's a touching story for the two, and maybe Electro is more of a human being than everyone gives him credit for. Electro, good on action, not so good at stories, which is probably why he's always with the Sinister Six. But is he ever theatrical? Next to Mysterio, Electro is a perfect choice to be in a movie, again. There is no stories with Ultimate Electro because none of them compare to number 2 and 1. He never was as enjoyable to even read about for me, and even Electro's first appearance was just him as a henchman. I feel Electro will be a standout in the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery forever, and he is just starting to grow. That's all about Electro. At this time, Max Dillon is dead in the comics, and there's a new girl, Electro. Electro may have been a loser at every one of the pages, but in the real world, Electro has been a main staple in Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. I really hope you enjoyed this new top 5 stories list. We are almost at 200 subscribers. It's unbelievable, honestly. I have a lot more bangers like this coming out this summer, so also share this video and consider pressing subscribe. And please tell me your top 5 Electro stories list down below. Bye guys, and have a good day.